Thousands of RV service bays across America are sitting completely empty right now. Not because the lifts are broken, not because parts are unavailable, because there is simply nobody left to do the work. You dropped your RV off 6 weeks ago. It still isn't fixed. And the reason why should concern every single person who owns one. The numbers tell a story the industry doesn't want you to hear. There are 8.1 million American households that own RVs. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are just 17,360 RV service technicians in the entire country. The industry estimates it needs 20% more technicians just to meet current demand. RV Pro read that again. 8 million households depending on fewer than 18,000 technicians. Nearly 500,000 new RVs have been sold each year for the past 5 years, coupled with the 10 million RVs already on the road. The demand for repair service is at an all-time high. The number of dealership service bays simply cannot keep up. RVB wait times, approaching 6 weeks for RV repair at a dealership, have become the norm. RVB, some owners are waiting 3 months. Not because the problem is complicated, because there is no one available to look at it. This isn't a temporary backlog. This is structural collapse, and it's been building for decades. So where did all the RV mechanics go? More importantly, why aren't new ones replacing them? Start with the training pipeline, because it barely exists. Unlike automotive, electrical, or HVAC trades, RV service technician programs are nearly invisible at the high school level. The industry relies almost entirely on 2 private institutions, the RV Technical Institute and the National RV Training Academy, to produce its entire future workforce. Between September 2021 and August 2022, just 1,172 students out of 1,580 who started completed their training and earned RV technician certifications. RV lifestyle. Meanwhile, millions of units sit on the road demanding service. The cultural pipeline is just as broken. The same stigma crushing automotive trades crushes RV service even harder. Guidance counselors steer students toward 4-year degrees. Parents associate success with white-collar work. And the RV trade, which simultaneously demands knowledge of plumbing, electrical systems, propane, roofing, chassis mechanics, and digital diagnostics, gets dismissed as lesser work despite requiring a depth of skill that would humble most professionals. Many service centers are even imposing a 10-year rule on RVs they are willing to work on, leaving owners stranded without their vehicles during peak camping season. The shops that remain open can't take on the volume. The ones that could open can't find staff to run them. One dealer put it plainly, "We can order 100 new units tomorrow, but we cannot find a single trained technician to prep them for delivery. The inventory sits on the lot, the customers are waiting, and the service bay stands dark." But the training collapse only explains part of the exodus. The real story lies in what happens to people who actually become RV technicians. The compensation structure is fundamentally broken. The average RV service technician in the United States earns $24.43 per hour, with the majority of salaries falling between $38,000 and $58,000 per year. Entry-level technicians start well below that. Now consider what an RV technician must actually master to do the job. Electricians average more than $28 per hour. HVAC technicians earn $25 to $32 per hour. Plumbers pull $30 to $40 per hour. Every single skill an RV technician is required to carry pays dramatically more as a dedicated trade. The economics simply don't add up for anyone doing the math before they sign up. The flat-rate pay system makes everything worse. A technician is paid by the job, a fixed amount regardless of how long the work actually takes. Manufacturer warranty book times are calculated under factory conditions with ideal tools at an ideal bench. Real dealership life looks nothing like that. The focus on meeting tight deadlines consistently overshadows quality workmanship. Technicians are pressured to prioritize quantity over quality, which directly affects customer satisfaction and their ability to take pride in their work. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. One technician who spent years on flat rate described the reality directly. You open an RV expecting a simple water leak and find the entire subfloor rotted through. The book pays 2 hours. You're there for 10. The dealership bills the customer for the full repair. You go home having earned a fraction of what the job was actually worth. He left for residential construction. His hourly rate jumped immediately. He took 8 years of diagnostic knowledge with him. That knowledge does not come back. That story isn't unique. It is the daily reality of RV technicians across America, and it explains why service bays stand empty, even as demand continues climbing. The retirement wave is accelerating every problem. The most experienced RV technicians in the country entered this trade during the ownership booms of the 1990s and the early 2000s. They are now in their late 50s and 60s. They are leaving. The pandemic pushed millions of baby boomers into early retirement, the workforce that most companies in the RV industry were built upon. That workforce is not coming back, and it is not replenishing with recent graduates who have the appetite for the trade. RV Industry Association. What leaves with them cannot be replaced quickly. The instructions and expertise provided by retiring workers are crucial for technicians executing complex tasks. Without access to this accumulated knowledge, organizations face increased downtime, inefficiencies, and risks to quality and safety. Trade only today, an RV is not one machine. It is a house bolted to a vehicle chassis. The technicians who spent 30 years learning how specific slide systems fail, how certain refrigeration units behave in summer heat, how chassis flex affects plumbing joints in particular coach models, that knowledge cannot be compressed into a 6-week certification course. Experienced older workers often retire not because they weary of the work, but because their bodies can no longer bear up under the physical rigors of the job. NRVTA. When a veteran technician retires, a dealership does not lose one employee. It loses its entire diagnostic backbone. Junior technicians who leaned on that experience are suddenly exposed. Repair quality drops. Wait times stretch further. And the customers who paid $80,000, $120,000, even $300,000 for their coaches are left holding the consequences. Technology is accelerating the crisis in ways the industry never anticipated. Modern RVs are no longer simple boxes on wheels. They come with touchscreen control systems managing slide-outs, climate control, tank monitoring, and energy management all at once. Solar integration, lithium battery banks, inverter charger systems, and app-connected diagnostics have completely transformed what service requires. Future RV technicians will need to combine mechanical skills with digital diagnostics as electric and smart RV systems become more common. RV Pro. That is an entirely different skill profile from what most current technicians trained for, and a steeper learning curve than the entry-level wage justifies. Meanwhile, manufacturers have responded to complexity by locking proprietary systems behind dealer-only diagnostic portals. Independent shops, which absorb critical overflow from overwhelmed dealerships, are increasingly locked out of the vehicles they need to repair. Approximately 80% of all RV repairs can theoretically be completed outside of a dealership, RVB. But that number means nothing when independent technicians cannot access the manufacturer software to diagnose the problem in the first place. The hidden costs of entering the trade punish anyone who tries anyway. Unlike most skilled professions, RV technicians are expected to supply their own core tool sets. Specialty tools required by specific manufacturers add thousands more. Certification training runs $3,000 to $6,000 out of pocket. A new technician enters the field financially underwater, earning wages that don't justify the investment they just made, and working a pay structure that punishes them every time a job runs longer than the book says it should. What happens when all of this converges? Service bays sit empty, with lifts and equipment in place, but no one to operate them. In a recent RV Industry Association survey of new owners, less than 1/3 of full-time RVers felt their service was completed in a timely manner. Slide-outs that won't retract, roof leaks spreading into walls, water heaters that won't fire. Problems with simple solutions sitting untouched for weeks. Not because the parts aren't there, but because the person who knows how to install them no longer works at that dealership. An entire generation of skilled technicians looked at this trade honestly. The wages, the flat rate trap, the warranty math, the physical toll, and quietly walked away to careers that treat their skills with actual respect. The infrastructure remains. The demand is exploding, but the human capital has evaporated, and the industry built this crisis entirely by itself. The empty RV service bay is not an accident. It is the direct and predictable result of an industry that treated skilled technicians as a cost to be minimized rather than professionals to be valued. It built a pay structure disconnected from real-world labor. It handed technicians warranty book times that bear no relationship to actual repair complexity. It watched an entire generation retire without creating a pipeline serious enough to replace them. And it kept selling units, hundreds of thousands of them, year after year, while the service capacity to support those units quietly collapsed. The sales floor keeps moving coaches. The factories keep shipping units. Dealers keep taking deposits on vehicles they cannot service. And somewhere right now, a family's dream RV sits waiting for a repair that might get looked at in 6 weeks, if they are lucky. The technicians who built their careers keeping those RVs on the road have finally done the math. They have taken their skills to trades that compensate them fairly and respect what they know. Until manufacturers, dealers, and this industry fundamentally change how they value the person standing in the service bay, those bays will stay dark. Your wait is not getting shorter, it is getting longer, and the industry has no one to blame but itself. If you want the truth about what's really happening inside the RV industry, the things manufacturers and dealers will never say publicly, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit the notification bell, because we are just getting started pulling back the curtain on how this business really works. You do not want to miss what's coming next.